The theme of the Japan Pavilion is Between Lives. It conveys the idea that when one life ends, another begins, a continuous cycle of life. Through its architecture and exhibits, the pavilion reflects the Japanese philosophy of living in harmony with nature. The pavilion has 3 areas: the plant area, themed from waste to water, the farm area, themed from water to material, the factory area, themed from material to object. By experiencing the Japan Pavilion, we hope visitors will feel that they're part of this big cycle of life. We hope to inspire all visitors to realize what they do to help in achieving a sustainable society.
All right, let's explore together. We walk up to the pavilion and right away the shape and those noble materials hit us. A giant circle in dominoes built from endless wooden planks. After the expo, all that wood gets reused across Japan. What we understood that it's not just an exhibition. The pavilion is alive. Expo trash gets broken down and turned into energy right here. You actually walk through that process. 3 zones in a loop, showing what circulation really means. First stop, it's minimal but it hits. This massive hourglass glowing in a dark room. One side crumbles, the other stretches upward. Now we walk into a narrow tunnel, dimly lit. On our left, a futuristic conveyor belt carries expo food waste, peels, cups, packaging. All this is collected each day and brought here to generate energy. Robots are rolling around in a playful way. Above the belt, floating lights trace the start of the transformation. It's clean, minimalist, and immersive, and feels part of a bigger whole. It looks already like 2050. It's obviously a demo, but it's really happening here, outside of the pavilion. This next room is stunning. It opens up into this glowing field, about 700 lights scattered like fireflies. And underneath, giant fermentation tanks where microbes break down the food waste into methane gas. That gas powers the pavilion. What I love here is they don't over-explain. They just let the space do the work. You're watching invisible organisms turned into this massive visual installation. After walking through the crowd around the expo site, it's very peaceful, thoughtful. Now, this wall is all about koji. You know, this is the mold who produce soy sauce, miso, sake, all the essentials of the Japanese cuisine. The way it's presented, 12 colorful, almost crystal-like shapes, based on the actual DNA of the mold strains. Who would have thought? Microorganism can actually be presented as nice, even as design. A very Japanese way of making it cute and curated. It's a really smart way to present things. You know, the expo attracts a wide audience, people from everywhere. If the setup feels dull, you lose their focus fast. But here, it's clever, poetic, interactive, and it keeps you hooked. Here, we've got 5 water tanks. Inside each one, you can observe the different steps of a biodegradable object slowly breaking down. As it dissolves, cherry blossoms appear. It's subtle, but poetic. That's next-level sustainable tech. You were wondering about those little sounds? Well, here they are. The bear bricks bouncing around. Each one represents a resource produced from waste: electricity, heat, water, CO2, and nutrients. Again, they found a smart way to catch attention. Even the toy choice feels perfectly tuned. Pop culture meets clean tech. We cross a bridge over the water purification setup leading outside. The result? Clear, usable water. And now, majestic. Probably my favorite part of this visit. Right in the center, heart of the pavilion, stands a huge circular basin. Water totally still, sky reflecting on the surface. Cross-laminated timber walls surround you in quiet harmony. From waste to this pond of tranquility, it's silent, open. The structure doesn't just hold meaning, though the architecture, it becomes it. That's the result. Nothing else to add. To conclude this area, a meteorite from Mars found in Antarctica. You can feel it, touch it. They analyzed it and confirmed it contains minerals that form only in water. So yeah, turns out Mars had water. Maybe still does? It's a surprising way to close this area, but thematically, it fits. Because it reminds us, the cycle isn't just Japanese, or even global. It might be universal? We often think of recycling as just plastic bottles turning into more plastic. But here I discovered it could be way bigger. In this new area, food waste will become water and CO2. Microorganisms will grab them and turn them into fuel, clothes, even food. The invisible will suddenly take form right in front of us. What we really see is actually incredible. You will see that recycling is not just reuse, it's creation. Hello again, Bear Bricks. Tiny, clumsy, adorable. Wandering around like they own the place. I love those cute characters, showcased in a ludic way to explain. Born from food waste, have arrived at a crossroads. Here, they must each choose their next path. Depending on how they combine with other substances, these materials and energies will be reborn in a wide array of new forms. Now we enter the lab of tomorrow. Rows of green cylinders filled with CO2 from food waste. It feels industrial futuristic, like stepping backstage at some sci-fi factory. Microbes feed on it, creating from CO2 new materials like plastic that can break down naturally. Inside these tanks, microalgae, Botryococcus, producing energy, hydrocarbons, basically like oil. Hello, you. So cute, it's Hello Kitty everywhere. But each one is algae. 32 different versions. Each shaped like a real algae species. It's a playful way to show how diverse algae really are. You want to know more about each of them? Some are microscopic. Others are seaweed we eat like wakame or hijiki. Did you know that algae make 36 times more protein than soybeans? They also produce 14 times more oil than sunflowers. They can absorb CO2 better than forests, and they use way less water than beef. They outperform almost everything in nature. Here is another crazy, very Instagrammable part of this journey. We step into what feels like a forest of glass tubes. Inside, it's not just an art installation. Spirulina grows. Tiny blue-green algae packed with nutrients. They photosynthesize better than plants, turning light and CO2 into energy-rich compounds. This setup is called a photobioreactor, and one day we could see them on buildings in cities, producing food and fuel. At the end, they gave us the product of this kind of a farm. Miso soup from this process. Spirulina's a superfood. It's been part of Japanese food culture for centuries, and now it's being served to the world. In the factory area, waste will find new life. Japanese innovation quietly transforms it into everyday objects. It's creativity in motion, blending craft, care, and future thinking. Here, it really feels like stepping into the factory of the future. Machines move with slow precision, printing layer by layer. What they're building isn't just a stool. It's proof that design and ecology can work together. The material comes from algae mixed with plant-based plastic, the same algae grown back in the farm area. Even the green tones come naturally, just by changing the amount of algae in the mix. Everything here is made to last, but also to come apart easily when it's done. "3D printing like this creates almost no scrap. The guide told us that it takes 1 day to complete a stool. It's clean, flexible, and it redefines how we produce things." Imagine your daily objects, chairs, toys, maybe even dishes, made from algae. It's not sci-fi anymore. It's real, right here. This gallery is all about softness. Objects made to bend, repair, and start again. In Japan, that mindset runs deep. Things aren't made to last forever, but to live many lives. Like this wooden tub showcased by our dear cute Doraemon. No glue, no nails, just parts you can fix. Built soft also means reusable, like the kimono. Made from one piece of glued fabric you can undo and remake. Built soft means flexible. By not resisting, it stays strong. Like old Japanese nails that bend instead of breaking, protecting the wood. Or the Tokyo Sky Tree. Its core sways opposite the tower during earthquakes. Built soft means absorptive. Sometimes parts are made to break, to protect what matters. Like Japan's lunar lander, whose legs snap on landing to keep the core safe. Built soft means versatile. It's all about adaptability, a core of Japanese creativity. Like the furoshiki, one cloth that becomes a bag, a wrap, a gift. Or Transformers, cars turning into robots, born from the same idea. One thing, many lives. Feels right for the world we're in. Built soft means resilient, growing stronger by breaking down. Sounds strange, but it works. Like yakisugi wood, cedar that's burned to last longer against time and weather. Built soft means transmittable. Have you heard of Shikinen Sengu at Ise Jingu? Every 20 years, the entire shrine is rebuilt from scratch. Each generation of artisans learns, builds, and passes the craft on. That's Tokowaka, tradition that stays forever young. Built soft means renewable. What will happen to the Japan Pavilion after the expo? It's all been planned as one global smart idea, and I love this part. Everything can live again. The walls use timber that can be taken apart and reused. uniforms, packaging, even the algae stools, all designed to start a new cycle. Nothing ends here, it just begins again. This artwork is about time and how beauty never stands still. A giant stone disc turns slowly as drops of water draw shapes that fade in seconds. Its surface comes from ancient fossilized algae once alive in the sea. Each pattern appears like cherry blossoms falling, disappears, and begins again. It's fragile and soft. It's quiet, but powerful. It's actually deeply Japanese. And here again, as conclusion, this global idea that the Japan Pavilion wants to send to the world. A reminder that nothing lasts, yet everything continues. This video was brought to you by the Expo67.Museum team. We hope you enjoyed it. Our sincerest thanks to the wonderful team of the Japan Pavilion for their warm welcome and collaboration. What will you take away from this pavilion? If you liked this visit, leave a comment and share your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos about Expo 2025 and more Expo news.